Now, welcome to Center Stage. I'm your host, Andre Lamont Floyd. And today, we got a special guest in the house. His name is Kush. Kush is a former Navy nuke who became a true jack of all trades, leading corporate teams by day and creating dope-ass music at night. He's ran facilities in motor manufacturing, semiconductors, and even helped integrate operations for a major sportswear giant, all while raising 4 kids and carrying the title of a 5-year deep granddad. In the creative world, Kush wears many hats. He's an artist, label exec, open mic manager, and a hip-hop storyteller who can flip flows as easy as he switches clothes. And if you take a look behind him, just as easy as he can switch through any of them shoes. No 2 songs sound the same. He moves through fashion, cannabis,
smoke weed every day,
and music with all the same intent. Build the team, build the vision, and keep leveling up. Fresh off the releases of Black Friday and Senseless, Kush is shaking the table with a bold mission of dropping a mixtape every week for the rest of 2025. Whether he's engineering a process improvement on the clock or engineering a verse in the studio, Kush lives by one rule: bet on yourself and outwork the bet. Put your hands together for my boy Kush.
Let's go. Let's go.
What's up, brother? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. You know, it's Friday, keeping it wavy.
That's what's up, man. I appreciate you for coming on the show, man. You're my first guest.
I appreciate you for having me.
And I want to talk to you, explain to you what I'm trying to do here. A lot of the times I feel like record companies, they push artists on us. And sometimes we don't really get a chance to choose what artists we like. And I wanted to offer a platform or a place for those artists who are super talented to come and display their talent. Maybe, they ain't getting pushed by the machine and all that, but they still have a gift. And so that's what this platform is for.
We appreciate you for, providing a platform for artists, that are not currently discovered, and, on the grind, on the hunt, got that hunger, to put our art out there. It's a lot of times, like you said, to your point, there's a lot of dope artists out there, If they got an opportunity, or just got a little bit of light, a little bit of shine, who knows who they might be,
That's a fact. So me being a former Navy vet, and I see in your bio that you're a former Navy nuke or a Navy nuke, and then you work in the corporate world, and then you're doing music. That's a big transition. How did you get from point A all the way to point C? How did that come about?
Well, the music's always been there, We used to have ciphers back in college, back in high school, I played JUCO ball out in Cali, with a bunch of Georgia and Florida cats, So we always hopped in the cipher, who's better, Gucci Man applause, That was a common discussion, So it was always in there. It was always in me. And then, I joined the Navy, got a family. And, you got, fam first. So I had to go take care of those responsibilities. But I always, kept a group of people around me that was with the craft. So, when I had some time, we would spit, we would play around in the stew, play around with a beat. But, it wasn't until I got out the Navy and got an opportunity to really, take it serious and really pursue my dreams.
Where did that come from, though? Like that desire to get involved with hip hop? Because, how did you even start rapping? You know what I mean?
You know what? To be honest, it was just, doing dishes in the kitchen. Listening to Bone Thugs, Juvenile. I was down in Texas, Central Texas at that, like Killeen, Killer Killeen, shout out Harker Heights, Eastern Hills Middle School. I was out there and, back then, Bone Thugs, Master P was coming up,
So this is mid to late 90s?
Late 90s, the late 90s,
Mid to late 90s.
And big, huge Biggie fan. We got the Versace's.
How old were you at that time?
Oh man, I was like 10, 11, 12.
And so you're about 10, 11, 12 listening to Bone Thugs and Master P.
In the headphones on the Walkman, you know what I'm saying? I'll date myself, but that's how we're doing it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And always hanging around like-minded people. We would cipher in the football locker room before a game, We would, cipher when we were out just hanging out and little by little, it got a little more serious. And then, you know, I met a group of guys in the Navy who were doing music. I hooked up
Mhm.
with them. And then, you know how the Navy is. Every couple of years, you're on the move. So, you know, kind of lost touch there, took a break. And then when I got out, I linked up with one of my man, Ari, who is, you know, all over the album for production. And,
Okay.
you know, we've been rocking ever since. So, you know, we've been rocking about 7, 8 years strong, you know what I'm saying, pumping out music, you know what I'm saying, perfecting the craft. And, you know, I think now at a point where the world needs to hear what I got to say.
So, from what I'm trying to understand is, so you went from the Navy into the corporate world, but at the same time, you were still rapping the whole time.
The whole time. Yeah.
Got you,
It was
got you,
keeping
got you.
it going, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, it was just, you know, ciphers here. But like it wasn't until I got out that I really sat down and was like, yo, let's try to write a song.
Got you. Okay. You also said you had a family. You know, you're a granddad. Congratulations.
Appreciate you.
And how do you find the balance? I mean, with the family life and then the music grind. You know what I mean? Especially
Yeah.
when you talk about the content of your music. How
You
do
know what I'm
you
saying?
juggle that?
I think, you know, luckily we're in a day and time and age where, you know, we have the internet. These are internet kids, so everybody's kind of hip to what's going on. And it's all about open communication and making sure that everybody understands what's entertainment and what's real life and, you know, what goes along with the things that we say and the things that we do. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm,
And I think that's one of the things that I've been blessed with is my kids are, you know, they're in the theater, they're in the culinary arts, they're into track and stuff like that. And those are their focuses. And you know, we just keep it at a creative space, right? You know what I'm saying? Everybody has their creative outlet and we look at it, we look at the music in that lens where, you know, the music is my creative lens where, you know, Noelle, my middle daughter, her thing is track, my son
mhm.
is cooking, and you know, JJ, she's they're out here doing theater, and then Shakira is hair. So like we all have our
Wow.
creative outlet.
I
You know
see,
what I
man.
mean?
You keep it. Listen, man, ain't nobody short on titles
No,
over
no, you know what I'm
there.
saying? Ain't nobody on that slouch. We all keep working, you know what I'm saying? Because, like,
That's
one thing
dope.
is true, you know, the Green family, we're going to hustle.
That's dope, man. I'm glad to hear that. S- Speaking about you, talking about your music, when I listened to your projects, right, I said, damn, this dude got so many different styles. So who were your artistic influences? I mean, because your style is so it's not like it's unorthodox or anything, but it's just I hear so much and it's so different. Like some people usually they a ride a wave or a little bit, stay in the pocket this way. Man, you are all over the place, and like you said, none of your songs really sound the same. So where does that artistic
Well, you know
creativity
what?
come from?
I think that really stems from, you know, my upbringing, you know what I'm saying? I was a little bit of a nomad, right? I was
Hmm.
born in Germany, landed in Mississippi, spent time in Texas, New York, Michigan, Cali. So like, you know, from there I was listening to Juvenile, UNLV,
Hmm.
Mystical, Master P, Biggie, Styles P, Eminem. You know, and one thing I do, you know, try to do is I make sure I listen to everybody, right? You know what I'm saying? New artists, old artists. I'm never gonna, you know, press stop on discovering new music. And I think with that, you kind of pick up the things you like from every genre, from acid rap to like, you know, gangster shit. You know, it's
Hmm.
just you really pick and choose what you like and then you put that together and then you have a Kush.
I think it's like you're like a sponge. You know what I mean?
I like
Like
that.
you live like in all these different geographical locations and you steadily just soaking everything up,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
That's
I'm a
dope.
student, man. I
Yeah.
love to learn. So, you know, if I see a good idea, I'm gonna go ahead and put it in my front pocket.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Who
Add it to the toolbox.
out of all those artists that you've mentioned or saw, or some maybe some you haven't mentioned right now, who would you say is like been the most influential on you?
Oh, I would say the most influential rappers for me personally, three in particular. I would say Future, Lil Wayne, and Styles P.
Okay. And I can hear that. And I can see that. I mean, very lyrical, very vibey. I can see
Yeah.
that. I can
You
see
know what I'm
that.
saying? Those are the three people that on any playlist I have, you're gonna run into one of their songs.
I would say, like I know that I guess if they were to classify your music, it would be hip hop for sure,
Yeah.
right? But hip hop has sub genres. How would you classify Kush? I mean, you kind of all over.
All of them. All of them.
I mean, that's what
My
I'm saying.
whole
I was
thing,
wondering if
yo.
you had a
Nah,
subgenre.
I look at it as a challenge, right? Like, I inspire to
Mhm.
have an album with Styles P and Taylor Swift on the same album, on the same, that's what I want to do. Like that's the kind of vibe I'm bringing. Like
Mhm.
you gonna push play and you gonna get everything you need. You know what I'm saying? You want to go to a rave? I got you. You want to go to the hood? I got you. You trying to trap it out? I got you.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? You trying to make love to your girl? I got you. You trying to pull a bitch? Bruh, I got you.
I got a question for you since we talked about collaborations, right? How do you approach one? Because you
Man,
have several here I want
yeah.
to touch on, but how do you approach that?
If you want to work, let's work. I feel like music is one of those things that like some people gatekeep. Some people are like, oh, I'm not going to work with this artist because it doesn't
Mhm.
match my brand. My whole thing is like, I look at it like this. Your brand is my brand. Like if I'm on your shit, I'm on your set, then you know what I mean? That's exposing me to new people that wouldn't have never heard me, would have never known me. And now that I'm associated with you, whoever they like you, they're gonna like me too.
Mhm.
And if they don't like me, cool. I mean, at least I had a shot, right? So I'm never gonna turn down a collab. I mean, unless it's on some crazy shit. But
Yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying? But like, within reason, I'm not turning down anything, especially genres that are not hip hop, right? I'm totally open to that because like I want to be on a rock joint, you know what I'm saying? I want to
Mhm.
be on a country joint. I want to have that cross pollination of fans because that's how you get longevity.
Got you. But you also said you liked a challenge, right?
Yeah,
And I think trying to cross those genres like that is a challenge, and I think you do it well. From the songs I've heard off the couple of projects and the other songs I have tucked away, you do it well. And so, um, how do you navigate that process of choosing the right beat? Like how does that beat have to move you to say I want to do that, or the music itself? How does that have to?
so
How do you choose?
I leave the beat choosing up to Ari personally.
Oh,
I
okay.
put that in his hands. He usually finds a sample, puts the drums to it, and then I put the music to it. So
But
like
is there a certain sound or anything that draws you to it, or like I'm pretty sure you don't just rap over anything he gives you. You got to say, nah, I don't like that one.
literally
Or
he's never.
you rap over everything.
I can't remember the last time that he made a beat and we didn't rap on it. And we were like, nah. I mean, it's happened. It's happened once or twice, but like it hasn't happened at least this. It hasn't happened in 2025. Like every beat he's made, we put words on it.
So who are the producers that you work with on Senseless and Black Friday?
Ari.
He did all those tracks.
He did 90% of them, all of them except for 3.
Wow. Super talented. I would love to get an opportunity to interview with him. Um I mean, I think he's created a sound, or you both have created a style and sound that sounds uh unique in today's hip hop world, right?
Definitely.
And I think you guys work really well together. You might be the new pairing of Snoop and Dre or something like that. But the
Uh,
production isn't like Dre. That style of Dr. Dre. It's not like a West Coast production. It's I don't know what it is. It's like
it's a Pacific
it's
Northwest. You know what I'm
it's
saying?
a
Like
it's a
it's
good
a
it's a good amalgam of different sounds. Like you can
yeah.
hear bits of trap and you know what I mean? Like it's a little bit of different sounds.
And that's kind of part of the process.
Mhm.
We really do look for international sound. Like we try to look for things that people hear or have heard before. Like if it's a video game or an anime, we try to put those things in the beat to kind of, you know, trigger those sensories of people just, you know, having reminiscing, right? Because like if you can find the beat, the music relatable, then the song is going to move you a little bit easier, right? And then you're more open to it. You know what I'm saying? People love familiarity. So like we try to incorporate that in the sound and then, you know, hit them in the face with something brand new that they weren't expecting.
The 3 artists you gave me, Future, Lil Wayne, and Styles P, are they the only ones who influence your lyricism and cadence, or is there anyone else? Because I
I
hear
try
a
to,
little bit of, I hear in some songs, I hear, and I'm talking about some of the ones I've heard before. I heard, I forgot the guy that worked with Rick Ross out of Florida with the dreads. You know what I'm talking about? He got in a fight with 50 Cent one time. I can't remember his name.
Gunplay.
Gunplay. Yes, I heard a flow like Gunplay. I've heard Ross. I've heard what's that 369? What's his name? The guy with the colorful hair?
6ix9ine?
Yeah. I heard that on one song before. The kind of like the like the cadence. And it's like, and that's funny, like I hear the metaphors, the Wayne influence. I can hear it. Is there any of those? Am I missing somebody? Like, cause you got these,
Titty
like I
Boy,
said.
you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
T-Chainz, you know what I'm
yes, 2
saying? Like, you
Chainz as
know,
well.
I was listening to 2 Chainz when he was Titty Boy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Before Riot, you know what I mean? So like, you know, I think, you know, he was a huge influence on me because like he showed me that, you know, there's a difference between being lyrical and being able to sell. You know, the man came out lyrical. He had to sell, and he's back lyrical now. And now he got a good hybrid. And you know, that's the type of artist I want to be. I want to be a fun artist, but I still want to serve you a message. You know, within the lyrics that, you know, if you listen to it, you catch it. You know what I'm saying? But if you just, you know, here for the nods and the bobs, then I'll give you that too.
But dude, your cadence, let's just hypothetically, boom, you got the beat. How do you determine your cadence though? Because it's like, I know as an artist how I might flow over it, but when I hear your cadence, I'm like, where did that come from? So what's that creative process like? Like, how do you determine your cadence?
So I kind of you know took a little page out of Tory Lane's book. You know what I'm saying? We hit the stool and we bust out a bunch of melodies. We listen to it back. You know, we mumble rap over shit. We listen to it back and we fixed pick the hottest flows. You know what I'm saying? And then once you pick the hottest flows, you can put words to it.
So how does that go? Like the hardest flow? Like, give me an example. Like you're
So
picking.
you'll hum some shit. You be like, no, 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 no. And then you know what I'm saying, you be like, okay, that don't work. Then you hum some more shit and you be like, okay, that's cool right there. And then you be like, keep listening to it, and you be like, all right, what kind of words are fit here? What's the topic that we're working with on the song? And then you just kind of make it all work. It's like solving a puzzle.
Got you. And I got it. I see what you're saying. So, but man, you're so creative with it because like nothing sounds the same. And that's kind of hard to say nowadays because I kind of think a lot of people sound very cookie cutter. You
Well,
know
you
what
know
I
what
mean?
I'm saying? I think the industry kind of pushes you to sound the same, to be able to market and be brandable. But like
Got you.
what I'm going for is like, yo, he's a jack in the box. You know what I'm saying? Every time you crank that, you don't know what you're gonna get, and that's the brand. You know what I'm saying? You got to tune in to understand it. You know what I mean? And that's kind of where I'm going for, because like, you know, when I listen to like certain artists, I know what to expect. You know what I'm saying? And like that, as a consumer, I feel like it's kind of boring.
Got you. What is your writing and recording process in the studio? Like, how does it work? Do you just sit with a pen and pad? How do you do it?
So basically, you know what I'm saying, we started off with the notes on the phone. But right now, we pretty much sit in the studio, we pick a sample, we get a beat together. Ari's making all my beats scratch, you know what I'm saying? He's whipping them up from, you know, simple ingredients to make a complex, you know, track. And then we hop on the mic, man. We roll up a couple.
Smoke weed every day.
And then we make magic. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of trial and error. Sometimes, you know, my man's pushing that space bar on me nonstop. Like, yo, bro, like just yesterday we made a banger and halfway through it, he was like, bro, you ain't even trying. And I had to think about that. You know what I'm saying? I was like, you know, all right, you know, let me go back in my bag. You know what I'm
That was
saying?
my next question. I wanted to know, like, Okay, I wanted to know what type of producer is he with you? Like, do you just come in and you do what you want to do, or does he say, "Nah," like you? But you kind of just answered that. I guess he's a
We're a team
integral
on it.
part of the
Yeah,
process.
yeah, he's a
Yeah.
part of the process. Definitely a team. He's one of the people that are not afraid to tell me, "Yo, bro, that's trash." And you know what I'm saying. And we go back to the drawing board.
Well, that's good. Everybody need a person like that on their team. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
'Cause a lot of times you get
definitely.
a lot of yes men. They just want to hang around just to be in the
Yeah,
studio.
smoke your weed and
Yeah.
nod their head. You know what I'm saying. I feel that. You know what I mean. But like, nah, we try and make hits. We all trying to get on. We all trying to, prosper. You know what I mean. And put this art out there.
hmm So, what are some of your non-negotiables when you're assembling uh, your team, like your project team, like your beats, your art, and everything? What are some of your non-negotiable with your team there?
So you know what? We were pretty fluid.
hmm
Yeah, I'm not going to front. You know what I'm saying? It's really a grassroots. Um, blue. Starting from the bottom, trying to make it type effort. So like we all out here trying to do our best.
hmm
So our approach really is, hey, you try this, you try this. Does it work? Then let me try it. You know what I'm saying? And we all trying to, find that recipe, the code, you know what I'm saying, and break it. You know what I mean? And get on so we can duplicate, right? So we're all about putting processes in place.
Got you.
So like right now, for instance, I'm dropping a mixtape every week, and I'm keeping the artwork, kind of similar. So like
I noticed that. I
people can say,
noticed that.
yo, this really happened. Like he said he
hmm
was going to do something and he really did it. You
Did
know what I'm
it?
saying? He gave us 5 joints, you know what I'm saying,
Yes.
every week. I think, a lot of times artists say, oh, I'm going to drop this, and they don't. And there's a lot of things that go into that. And I was a victim of that. And I think, it feels good to just drop music, right? It
hmm
feels good to get it out of my phone. It gives me space to kind of, create new stuff and kind of, you know, find level up, you know what I'm saying? Cause like I find myself listening to my old shit and then I come back and make some shit that's just like my old stuff, you know what I mean? And I'm like, that's not where I want to be as an artist. I want to constantly be moving forward and, and breaking boundaries.
hmm Well, this last summer, well, last couple of summers, I've been banging your music, and I've been waiting, patiently waiting. I'm listening. I'm not gonna front. I can admit I'm a fan. Um, like I was waiting, patiently waiting. I didn't think you was ever gonna drop anything. Like you just dropped like singles. Like I remember you had a video for "Say Less," right? And you had the single, and "In the Game" and all that. I'm like, when are you gonna drop a project? You was like, it's like breadcrumbs, bro. You're just teasing us, and finally you drop these projects, but you're dropping so many of them in one time, right? So is there a theme? Like, what's the process? Because they have different titles. Like the first one was Black Friday. I got it. It dropped on Black Friday, but the next one's Senseless. What's the purpose in the titles? Is there a theme over covering all
So like
those
if you if
things? Or
you if you go through Senseless, if you really listen to Senseless, like it's just a really a collage of songs that they invoke action. You know what I'm saying? They make you feel things, right? And a lot of times when we I'm a thrill seeker as for of sorts, you know what I'm saying? So like I go out there, I chase adrenaline, I chase those thrills, and like without that, I'm senseless. So like it's one of those things where we're trying. I'm trying to push what I'm saying, trying to push the boundaries of like making you feel different things because there's a
Mhm.
lot of different type of things on that particular mixtape. And then if you look at the one that's coming out next Friday, Push Play, it's just a lot of tracks that I feel like you can just listen to. You ain't gotta skip nothing. It's just a cool vibey shit. You know what I'm saying? And like it's something for everybody. You know what I mean? I got a couple slow tracks on there. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Some fast shit. It's just a good collage. And then my next joint that I'm dropping, Mr. EA, that's just those are a bunch of songs that I kind of made when I was, when we was hot and heavy, and we were moving around, you know what I'm saying? So like, I think that's going to be, something kind of show a different side of me, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? But like all in all, I think the entire body of work.
So those are the next 2 projects to drop this year?
Yeah.
Okay,
And
so
then
that'll
that's
give
so
4.
Mr. EA is going to be the last project, you know what I'm
Okay.
saying, for this year, because that's dropping on the well, actually no, I got one more dropping on the 26th. I'm working on it right now.
Okay, so you're gonna hit us with 5
with 5 projects, you know what I'm saying?
in a month.
In a month, 57
Wow.
songs.
That's dope. I was gonna talk about that. I felt like this, even though it's 10 songs on Senseless, it's shorter. It's a shorter project than Senseless, and it has 7 songs.
Attention spans are short these days, man. I've studied a lot of hit songs, and a lot of the top songs are short songs, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like people today, you got to get your message out quick. You know what I'm saying? They want to hear, you know what I'm saying, a catchy hook. They want to hear what you got to say, cool, and then give me the hook back, right? And I try to make sure that like I try the best I can, especially with my high energy songs, that I spit nothing but hooks. Like I try to spit and write in all hooks. So like
Like the song On Your Hands.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Something that you can just keep singing to.
Yeah, that one right there, I think out of both projects, by far, that is the one that got the most spins from me. Since this one just dropped, I haven't got a chance to be as intimate with it as I am the first project. So I want to give you some feedback on the second project next time we talk. Well, it'll be all projects, I guess, at that point. But I just need some time to sit with this one. But the first one, oh my God, bro, it's a no skipper. And I mean,
appreciate that.
it's a no skipper for real. So, and for people listening, it's called Black Friday. Kush, Kush is his name. And the project is called Black Friday. It was dropped on Black Friday. And his newest project is called Senseless. Okay, Senseless. Let's talk about some of the people you collaborated with on the album. Who are some of the people that are on the first 2 projects?
So on the first 2 projects, and pretty much on all my projects, really, because I have a small circle. You know what I'm saying? I collaborated with Ari, my producer and engineer. Collaborated with Be Humble, one of my good friends, label mates, and then P Ivy, also Gas Money label mate, a member, and then MJ Foe.
Okay.
So you know what I'm saying, and I just want to point out, my man MJ, you don't have to holler at that man too, because he got some heat. He made some heat over here yesterday. That on on some YN type shit that's so hot. You know what I mean? I almost want to leak it.
Okay. Well, listen, I know what you're talking about. I heard him. What's the song he's on? It's Jay Owens.
Yes, crazy, right? Crazy.
Yeah.
Sick. I'm a die actor, gunner. What? Come on, man. That boy snapping.
He and I don't know if he really knows how talented he is.
He know. He just be bullshitting. Like, you know what I'm saying? We got, you know what I'm saying? We working on him. We trying to light a little fire on them. But that boy got some bars.
Okay. So you've been sitting on these songs for a while, I take it. You said you have over 60 songs. You're about to release something like that. 56, what was the number?
57.
57 songs. How long does it take to amass that type of music?
About 3 years.
Damn! Okay, so when
to be honest, it really is because I have 210 songs on my phone.
Oh so my God!
I got a lot of songs that they're not that great, but like I got a lot of gems in there. So like I just go through and like I would listen to them, and I would force people who would ride in my car to listen to them. I send them to the homies, and then it got to a point where people were like, "Yo, when can I push play on this?" And I took it to heart, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get all this stuff out of my phone, because what I really want to do is sit down and and make a studio album. You know what I'm saying? I want to make a solid project, you know what I'm saying, with the skits. I want to take them back to like, '96, you know what I'm saying, with, you know what I'm saying, the Dog Pound, those type of shits, you know what I'm saying, those type of albums where you sit back and like you bobbing your head, you laughing, you know what I'm saying, you go through a whole adventure. It's like a movie. So like that's what I'm gonna be on in 26. You know what I'm saying? It's just a different focus, a different
So are these more
challenge.
mixtapes to you then?
Yeah, these are just mixtapes. You know what I'm saying? It's really a phone dump. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm making space for a project. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that's going to take. It's going to take a different approach. It's going to take a different outlook. You know what I'm saying? It's going to take it's going to be a new challenge, and I think that's something that I'm ready for now.
Okay. So through the evolution, I'm pretty sure you've evolved. Because I mean, your style is so different. Like you rap one song like this, then you rap it a different way over here, and you sound different over here. Like there has to be this evolution that's taken place over those 3 years. How does this project fit into your artistic art or sonic evolution?
I think this fits in there as a validation piece, saying that, hey, this process can work. Right. Yeah, I don't have to sound a certain way every time for people to recognize that, I'm a good MC. I don't have to have the same, ad lib on every track for people to recognize that it's me. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
Like you get it because you know the guy and you know how he's coming. It's just gonna be hot. And whatever hot is that day is what I'm gonna give you.
Got you. All right. So I know you said there's different moods on these albums. So can you walk us from Black Friday all the way to Mr. EA, the mood per project? Because it's 5 projects.
Yeah. Black Friday was just a quick sale. You know what I'm saying? That was like some heat. You know what I'm saying? Right quick, like, yo, everybody's off. Black Friday is traditionally a big party day, a big club day. So, I just wanted to just get something out there. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
And then
thank you for
really,
dropping that because, man, that really was a Black Friday deal for me, man, because
yeah, you know what I'm
I'm
saying?
loving it.
Like,
Yeah.
hey, all you got to do is push download. You know what I mean? There's
Yeah.
no sweat off your back. And then, with Senseless, it was more so I had Senseless planned to drop a while back, and not all the songs that I originally had on Senseless made it to Senseless, but like that title was something that I really wanted to kind of put out there. And the song Senseless got one of my good homeboys, Boogie, on it, Cujo. Shout out, what I'm saying, Dark Meat PDX. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to really, pay, what I'm saying, some homage to that, you know what I'm saying? Because he don't usually get in the stew, and he constantly be blessing me with some dope, bars. So like, I had to go ahead and put them out there. And then, when we look at Push Play, like I said, that was just a interpretation of putting together something that, you can go hop in your whip, and then let's say you got to go to Seaside from Portland, just go ahead and push play, bro. You can just push play and let that loop. You know what I'm saying? And it's not long songs, you know what I'm saying? It's short little snippets, you know what I'm saying? My goal is to make you want to listen to it again.
Got you.
I give you just enough to make you like, oh, what? Let me go back and hear that one more time.
And it's good, man, because it's like I look at I was thinking about it today when I was listening to Senseless, and I was saying to myself, the songs, they're not so short that that you feel like, oh, I wish he would have went further. You give us just enough, like there's enough of it. Say, man, that was tight, and then the next one comes in, and it's like you feel it's fulfilling.
Yeah,
that's a good word. That each track, it might be a shorter. It's not 3 minutes long. Might be a minute and some seconds or 2 minutes, but it's fulfilling. And I love how you. It's not cookie cutter. You know what I mean? Like you took your time to carefully craft a good short song, which is pretty dope. But you don't see nowadays. And I think as a writer and a lover of music, we don't see that type of nuance that often anymore, and especially in the hip hop genre. So I
I
want to
appreciate that. I appreciate
salute you
that.
with that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And I just as a very self-aware person, I try to look at the culture and the state and the environment that we're in. And if you look at what's hot right now, I mean, it's TikTok shorts. You know what I'm saying? TikTok shorts and making what I'm saying your reel, your viral reel, and that's 30 seconds to a minute, right?
Yeah.
And people are entertained and in that amount of time, and they're conditioned to that amount of time. So anything more than that, you're pushing the limits of their attention span. So like, I try to make sure that I give them just enough to where they were like, I can come back to that, right? I don't want to exhaust you by telling you every intricate detail within a story or taking you down this long path or something.
That's crazy that you say that, because I don't think I've ever thought like that. Like, thought about how at the attention span of the consumer. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
we see it. We live in a day where scrolling, which we're constantly scrolling, right? And I would think music would be that way too. And it's like you listen to a song, you listen to a project, you're on it for like a week, and then you're off. Like,
And that's why I feel confident about dropping a mixtape every week, because like every Friday I'm giving you something new. I'm giving you 10 tracks, 7 to 10 tracks that you can just bump, right? And by the end of the weekend, you off that anyway. So I'm gonna hit you with something new.
Got you.
I just want to carry people through their weekends. You know what I'm saying? And like I feel like by having that body of work out there and in the public, it gives me an opportunity not only to release that art, but it also gives me things to kind of pull on, because like you've heard it, you've heard some of these songs. You know what I'm
Pull
saying?
on.
You heard this.
What you trying to pull on?
Hey, pause.
Oh my God.
I mean, I don't know where you was going with that one. I didn't know where you was going with that one.
Oh man. Hey, you know what? Hey, you might just have a viral moment right there. But hey, you know what? They can pull on it. Pause. Because like, I got all these tracks. They can go ahead and
They can
load
get
those
on.
up.
Well, man, let me tell you something. One of the things that I think you're doing right is releasing it. And it's like you said, you can finally move on.
Yeah.
And you can finally let your fans get the music they've been asking for. So thank you for doing that. What's next for you, man? Like, after you drop these 5 projects, what's next?
So 2026, I'm gonna hit a few. I got a few singles that I'm gonna drop, but I'm really focusing on a project, a complete work that tells a story and really, takes you on a journey.
Do you already have the idea in mind?
Not a clue. You know what I'm saying? You see Ari walking back and forth. We as soon as we get off of here, we're gonna be in the lab cooking.
Okay. Well, let Ari know. I want to sit down with him too, because I'm loving the sound that he's crafting. Like I said, it's refreshing because it's not like something I've heard before. It's almost cinematic. These beats are cinematic. Yo, the one with the hands.
Mm-hmm.
When people, what's the name of that song? Dance with your hands. On your hands. Listen, people, go download that song. Go listen to that song, On Your Hands. The beat, dude, infectious. That's all I can say. It's infectious. Even when my wife heard it, she was dancing to it. And I said, he got a hit right here. He got a hit right here. So if you're going to do a video, brother, for any of them songs, them other ones, cool. Love them. But that one,
yeah, we got something in the plot. We planning something.
That one, dude, let me get in that video. If you're gonna do that video, man, let me be there. I just be the DJ or something in the back. Just let me be
you.
Extra sweeping up like LL and Crush Groove. I just be walking through the scene in the back. I do something.
I got you.
Man, that song is hard, bro. I love that song. Do you got any performances coming up?
Well, I'm gonna pop out tonight and hit 2 Cent Friday. I'm gonna go ahead and I want to perform Wizard off of Senseless.
Okay.
And then we're trying to, we got a couple things in the works for 2026 for Valentine's Day. We're just trying to finalize those plans.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm trying to get back out there. I took a little break in 25 from performing and really just, got in the studio and was like pumping out songs like no other. But now that we have the songs out there, it's time to perform those. So like, I really want to take 26 to make my project. I want to give people some, some hot flavor, to keep them engaged. But I really want to, take all these tracks that I just dropped and really perform them and show the people, how they're supposed to feel in real life.
Mm-hmm. Is there, out of all the tracks that you did, all 57, which one is your favorite? Like, which one stands out the most to you? Like, which one do you like?
You know what? It's funny. It's funny because like honestly, Wizard is one of my favorite songs right now.
Mm-hmm.
But like I just made a song yesterday that I really like.
Okay.
So like it's always the next song. My
Got
next song is my favorite song.
Got you. All right. Well, I like to thank you for coming through Center Stage, man, and sitting down with me. Where can people reach you at?
You can read me at the Real Kush PDX on Instagram. And then you can find me on Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, Kush PDX on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Those are the handles.
All right, there you have it. Well, brother, thank you again for coming through. And
Thank you for having me.
man, most definitely, brother. I can't wait to hear what you got in store for us for the rest of the year, man.
Definitely, it's coming.
All right, brother. Well, have a good one, man. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah.
All right,
peace and blessings.